We open up with my boys Phineas and Ferb, and they are chained and shackled, staring down this big old furry caged up monster. Phineas can't believe they got into this mess because the day started off peaceful as hell, which brings us to the start of their day, and the first musical number. And you know, I'm not going to play too much of any of the songs because copyright is scary, but I do think most of the songs in this movie slap. They really brought out their A game, had to bring it all for the movie. I get it, I see you, Phineas and Ferb. So this opening number is about how much better their life is with their web-footed buddy Perry the Platypus, and Ferb was honestly hitting some notes in this one. And I see you boys out here with the Jackson 5 homage. I like it, I like it. Out here hitting these moves like those birds from that one video. So the boys start getting up to their daily antics, and Perry uses that as a chance to slip away into his double life as a secret agent. His director, Major Monogram, gives him a warning that he's been having some close calls when it comes to his secret identity lately. And he reminds him, hey, yo, you get outed, you're gonna get transferred to a different family. And you know what? I'm sure this isn't foreshadowing or anything. Nah. So it looks like Dr. Doofenshmirtz is building a device that has something to do with alternate dimensions. And Agent P's assignment? Simple. Go stop him. Easy peasy. Over on my girl Candace's plotline, she's stressing that Jeremy is going off to college next year, and she's worried she's not going to be mature enough for him, so she resolves to show him that she can be mature too. And she's going to prove herself starting right now by busting her brothers herself. So the boys end up building a platypult, which is kind of like a catapult, but platypus themed. You know the vibes. And they want to play some giant badminton with it, but the birdie they're riding, it crashes into Perry's ship while he's heading to Doofenshmirtz's place, and that makes them go off course, and they crash into
Doofenshmirtz Able Incorporated,
destroying his other Dimensionator. Now this also results in everything being gone by the time Candace shows up to bust them, and that makes her think that there's probably some mysterious force behind all this that's defending her brothers from the prying eyes of grown-ups. But hey, since it stopped her, that must mean it recognizes her as one of those grown-ups, so we take those. But you already know that that isn't going to stop our girl from trying to bust them anyway. The boys apologize to Dr. D and offer to help him repair his inator, and he ain't going to complain about the help, even if it is from literal children, because he could not get this thing figured out. So my boys get to tinkering, and they point out that, hey, maybe all the wiring shouldn't go through a self-destruct button. Also, hey, why do you have a self-destruct button? And listen to this man Doofenshmirtz having a whole realization.
Well, of course I need... Wait a minute, no, I do not need that. You are absolutely right.
As they're getting the last piece on, here comes Perry, dramatic AF, flying through the window, but he's downright flabbergasted when he sees Phineas and Ferb. He quickly reverts back to his disguise, which is just basically going on all fours and taking off his hat. Bro really thinks he's Clark Kent out here.
Perry?
Yeah, he's our pet platypus.
Is every platypus named Perry?
In a perfect world, yes.
Perry does his best to keep them from activating this device without blowing his cover. Hell, he even goes as far as to piss on Doofenshmirtz's couch. But sadly, it's to no avail. They open a portal to another dimension and tell me how the first thing Hines does is go to steal their couch.
But what the hell, boy?
You're famous here.
Doofenshmirtz, your leader?
And yes, as it turns out, in this dimension, Doofenshmirtz did it. He's the supreme leader of the tri-state area. I'm shook too. So our Dr. D goes to meet this dimension's version of himself, and they have a whole song about getting to find each other as new best friends. And you know what? It's another bop. I don't care what anyone says. Them Doofenshmirtz's got them pipes.
I found a brand new best friend, and it's me. I found a brand new best friend, and it's me.
So to make things easier, I think I'm going to call the new evil one Evil Doof, and I'll keep calling ours Doofenshmirtz or Good Doof or stuff like that, you know? And Evil Doof is honestly kind of shook that Good Doof isn't the leader of our tri-state area yet. So you're telling me that you haven't took over everything yet? Look, man, clearly you haven't had to deal with my nemesis. He's got hands. Well, webbed feet, technically, but you know. Who do you think you're talking to? I'm Big Doof. I turned that boy into a cyborg. He's my general now. Dang, okay, you got it, big dog. So our Perry and the boys meet up with the Doofs, and immediately Evil Doof is like, why'd y'all bring a secret agent in here?
Here? This boy's a secret agent? No, not him. Quiet one? No, him. This plant? The platypus!
So Phineas is like, nah, you got the wrong guy. This is a platypus. So Evil Doof starts getting gassed up about trying to prove to them that their platypus has been using them as a cover story, that it ain't real. And so he calls in Platyborg, who smacks Perry about hard as hell.
Damn!
Sends my man sprawling across the room, got the boys freaking out, and Good Doof is like, told you, he's just a weak platypus. Hold up, let me cook. Platyborg, smack up these kids. Now Perry can't let that slide. He stances up and clocks Platyborg right in the bill. And listen to Good Doof's smooth brain.
Wait a minute, I'm confused. Why does their platypus fight so good? Perry the platypus!
Evil Doof sends his robots at the boys, and Phineas is not locked in. He is hard focused on the secret agent reveal, talking about, so this is where you've been running off to all summer? You've been fighting a pharmacist? Actually, I'm an evil scientist, just similar lab coats. He's evil? You sat there and watched me help an evil scientist? He punched an evil hole into an evil dimension and you did nothing to stop us. Well, he did piss on the couch. Hey, wait, that was a conscious decision. You meant to pee on my couch. Nah, Ferb, that's not enough. That's when you should have gone all secret agent. This boy Phineas is about mad as hell. I don't think I ever seen him acting like this before, but little bro's been being lied to by one of his closest friends for 5 years, so I can get where he's coming from. I get it. Evil Doof is about done with this conversation though. He tells them they can talk about it in jail. But before he can get more guards on him, Perry hits him with a massive brain freeze wave and they dive out the building.
I'm sorry, I'm just having trouble processing this right now. So you've discovered your pet is a secret agent. I don't want your pamphlet.
Unfortunately, before they can fully get away, Platyborg comes swooping in and they have to ditch the parachute. My boy Perry also gets stuck inside this bull skull.
What, they didn't teach you how to get out of this in spy school?
So he's gonna have to run the ones with Platyborg with a speed debuff on. Real unfortunate. He's able to get some hits in, but Platyborg eats those, and Perry was unprepared for these problems. So Platyborg starts spinning around his flail and he's ready to put Agent P up on a shirt, but thankfully the boys are able to get this parachute over him and get him tangled up and falling off the ledge. But you better believe Phineas didn't miss a chance to hate when that parachute first landed on him.
Oh, snap. Look, there's a logo on his parachute. He's got his own logo?
And the moment the fight ended, he was right back to hating. Talking about, all this time, we were just like, he's just a platypus. He doesn't do much, But you do! You're a whole spy! Perry gets saved from this grilling session, though, because the parachute is tied up in the skull that he's stuck in, so he goes sliding off the roof. But luckily, this building is built crazy wonky, and they kind of slide down it. It's nothing too crazy, and the gang is able to get away to safety. And so now that they're safe, you already know that Phineas is going right back to popping off. But this time, it's not just the anger. Now he's hitting them with are we just a cover story to you? Do you even see us as a family? Apparently not, because you've been lying to us this whole time. But Phineas is finally ready to lock in and try to get them out of here. Unfortunately, though, there's something wrong with their portal gun. So they're gonna have to head to this dimension's versions of themselves to try to fix it. Well, not before Phineas gets one more in.
Wait, I just realized. You could have been cleaning your own litter box this whole time.
Back over on the Double Doof plotline, Evil Doof is trying to get our Doofenshmirtz on his level, and he tells him it was real easy for him to conquer his tri-state area. He just used an army of big scary robots.
We should do lunch sometime.
Whoa, that is scary. I just don't get it though, big bro. If we're supposed to be the same person, then why are you evil-mogging me so hard? It's simple. True evil comes from a lifetime of suffering and loss. You see, when I was a boy, I had a toy train. Then, one day, I lost it.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Yeah, no. Y'all, I need y'all to understand that this is crazy! Our Doofenshmirtz has been through so much worse. His backstory is a cesspool of garbage. Here are some things that have happened to my man. His wife divorced him. His daughter, Loki, hates him. He was raised by a pack of wild ocelots. Then, when he was with his parents, they made him be the garden gnome. Like, stand outside and be the garden gnome. The same parents, mind you, that didn't show up for his birth. Either of them.
And his mom ran away before he was born.
How could she do that?
His father got a dog, named it Only Son. The list goes on and on, but hey, he never lost a toy train, so Evil Doof is gonna take over our tri-state area. Back on over with Phineas and Ferb, and they found their way to an alternate house, and their whole family is straight up traumatized.
Boys, what are you doing here? You better get inside before the doofbot catches you. I'm off to the factory. See you next week.
And get your doof back on before someone sees you. If you need me, I'll be hiding in the basement.
Hi, guys. Oh no, they're replacing us. I must not have conformed quick enough.
All right, you know the only time we're allowed to make noise is on Doofen's Day.
And this poor alt Phineas, when he sees Perry, oh man, this kid gets so excited. And after our Phineas tells him that that's our Perry, he asks if he could just hold him for a moment longer. Damn near breaks my heart. Even got the Ferbs over here tearing up. And after finding out that the evil dimension outlawed summer years ago, we get another little musical number. And you already know they don't be missing out here.
Summer, every single moment is worth its weight in gold.
While our boys are giving the alts the rundown on summer vacation, Evil Doof broadcasts a message for Perry saying that, hey, you turn yourself in, I'm not gonna harm your friends. But if you don't come in peacefully, well, the shirts aren't gonna put faces on themselves, am I right? So Perry goes and tries to sneak out, but Phineas has him scouted, and he already starts laying into him again, saying, oh, you're really sneaking away? Again? Nothing's changed, huh? You never thought that maybe we could help you? Well, forget it. We can't trust you. You don't have to sneak away anymore. You can just go. So Perry goes sulking off on his own way, and the boys go to see if maybe Isabella can help him out. And along the way to Isabella's, they run into Buford, and he tells them about the Resistance. And listen to what this guy says about the Resistance.
I used to be in the Resistance, but I got so good at it that I started resisting them.
Over on Perry's end, he goes ahead and turns himself into the Doof Duo. But they actually are going to need Phineas and Ferb after all, because they can't figure out the other Dimensionator, so he's probably going to have to hurt them. The boys are able to make it over to Isabella's place and convince her to help with the mission, and she introduces them to Dr. Baljeet, who gives them a quick rundown on interdimensional travel.
If you travel through dimensions, going clockwise makes it easy. Going counterclockwise would take 8 million gigawatts of energy, overloading the local power grid.
They ask if they could get an assist on getting enough power to open a portal back home, but Baljeet says, we're gonna have to talk to our leader. And that's when we get the reveal that the leader of the Resistance is none other than alternate Candace. All right, let's go, Candace. The boys give her the rundown, and she's willing to offer the Resistance support. So they're able to get a portal open, but before they go through, Evil Doof broadcasts that he has Perry held prisoner, so the boys have to resolve to rescue him. Baljeet thinks he can hold that portal open for a little bit, but any slight disturbance can cause it to close. And right on cue, our Candace comes storming through, ready to bust her brothers. Yeah, the portal closes. She has a whole list of questions, comments, and concerns, but the boys don't have time for that mess. They gotta save Perry from getting platyboard. The party takes some mine carts to get down to an underground entrance while Candace takes some time to process everything. And unfortunately for the gang, it was a trap, and they are now surrounded by the Doof Duo and the Normbots. They're able to fight them off for a little bit and attempt an escape, but Candace ends up leaving our people behind so the Resistance can get away. You ain't right for that, Alt Candace. But, hey, you know what? She was trying to protect her brothers. I can see where she was coming from, you know? So Evil Doof tries to get the boys to comply with fixing the machine, but they aren't cracking.
Why would we do something that would lead to our own self-destruction?
It reminds our Doof that they took out his self-destruct button, and he's able to get the other Dimensionator operational himself. With this, Evil Doof doesn't need the boys anymore. In fact, he doesn't need our Doofenshmirtz either. He orders all of them to their doom. And then we get the line that spawned 1,000 memes.
If I had a nickel for every time I was doomed by a puppet, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right?
So the gang all gets led to this giant fur monster, and hey, would you look at that? We came full circle. We're right back to where we started.
Whoa, deja vu-ish.
And before we go on, I just want to say real quick, thank you all so much for over 100 subscribers. It means the world to me, and if you're liking the vibe so far, hey, why don't you stick around and subscribe? You know the vibe. So Agent P locks in, and he gets the keys to their chains, while Ferb hacks one of these robots. But that monster ends up getting loose. And when the straits are looking the most dire, that's when the party gets saved by Alt Candace making a return. Let's go! Alt Candace gets Phineas his portal gun, and the gang hops into a new dimension to make the escape. But some of the robots end up getting through too, and a multi-dimensional chase scene ensues. And this song, I don't know how I feel about this song too much. It's definitely my least favorite of the movie, I think. Finally, against all the odds, the gang makes it back to their own dimension, and they make it at the same time Evil Doof launches his invasion, though. But hey, we get an appearance from my goat's love handle, so it can't all be that bad, huh? The boys want to help Perry with all of this, but Monogram vetoes that. With all due respect, sir, I think we've gone through so much to get here. I think we can handle this. As a team. No can do. Insurance won't cover it. And with that, Perry takes off his collar and gives it to Phineas and runs off to save the day alone. The boys are shook that Perry just sent them off like that, but as it turns out, Perry set up his locket to get the boys access to his lair, and the locket on the collar is the key to a secret message for the boys. Turns out Perry always did trust the boys. He trusted them enough to be the backup if everything really hit the fan, and he's been watching them all summer long. He's been keeping a backlog of their inventions. So after the rest of the agents from Perry's agency are defeated, and it looks like Perry himself is going to get put on a shirt by this Normbot, Phineas and Ferb and all of their friends come pulling up with all the things Phineas and Ferb have been working on all summer. And I won't lie to y'all, this scene, it really hits deep for me. Phineas and Ferb was such a special show for me and my family around 2011 when this dropped. So just seeing the culmination of everything that led to this moment, everything they've done up until here,
This shit means something to me, man.
and we get Love Handle on the track to give us a robot bashing montage. And Phineas and Perry make their way up to Evil Doof to shut the portal down for good. Once they make it to the top of
Doofenshmirtz Incorporated.
they get intercepted by Platyborg, and a fight breaks out between him and Perry, and Phineas and Evil Doof. And no way my boy Phineas threw the piss cushion in his face! What is wrong with you? Over on Candace's end, she just got a brilliant idea. She's gonna try to get her mom to bust the boys because she knows the mysterious force will remove everything by the time that they show up. And honestly, I think it's a good plan. Think about it. It's a win-win. On one hand, everything is gone when she shows up and the day is saved. Other hand, yeah, everyone's doomed, sure, but at least she finally gets to bust her brothers. So Perry ends up cooking Platybot with a circuit breaker, and a well-timed swing of a bat takes out the satellite controlling the Normbots, but Evil Doof still has one more trick up his sleeve.
I'm down here. See? One last trick up my sleeve. It's me. I'm the trick up my own sleeves, because I'm in the sleeve, get it?
But before Evil Doof lands the final blow on the boys, Good Doof pulls up, and he reveals he's got the key to all of this. He gives Evil Doof the toy train because he never lost it, and Evil Doof folds immediately, self-destructs all his robots. Really, all that dude needed was his toy train. That backstory was traumatic. And with all the robots gone, Candace comes outside with her mom to clear skies and sunny days. She did it, gang. Candace saved the world. So with all that said and done, Evil Doof goes back to his own dimension to live a peaceful life with his train.
Uh-oh.
Book him, ladies.
My crimes against humanity had just completely slipped my mind.
Oof, well, that does track. He was an evil dictator. The gang and their alts all say their goodbyes, and Platybot even got all the evil melted out of him, so he gets to go back with Alt Phineas and Ferb. I love to see it. And it's looking like the day is saved, and the boys and Perry can have all sorts of fun adventures now that they know everything, but Monogram can't have that. He's ready to relocate Perry, but Carl has the idea to wipe their memories, but they do need everyone's consent first.
Either forget the best day ever, forget the biggest adventure we've ever had, and forget meeting Agent P, or remember today, but never see Perry again?
Well, we've had a lot of great days, but we only have one Perry.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And so with that, they go get their minds wiped so everything can return to normal. And we end the movie with the reveal that Perry saved some of the photos from the day. Thank you so much again, everyone, for coming and watching. This one really means a lot to me. It's big for me. I love Phineas and Ferb. I loved this film when it dropped. Thanks for coming again. Leave a subscribe if you like the vibe, and I hope to see you next time.